So this first section, we're gonna do 1 and 3. We're not gonna do everything on here. It's a long study guide. I'm just gonna pick and choose, and then when I post it, I'll post all the answers. So this first section, do elimination. I need for you to look and listen. I'm gonna focus. When you look at this first one, it is already set up. You don't have to change anything. What will eliminate, X or Y? Okay, so don't do anything. On the quiz, that was the most commonly missed one, was the one that you didn't have to change. And I think it threw everybody off because you didn't have to actually do anything. All right, so X is eliminate. Add the other columns. What have you got? Good. 6y equals 12, just adding. And then the answer kind of falls into your lap. Divide by 6. Y is 2. So you found Y. You're going to take that and plug that back into the very first equation to get X. So, and I know I X'd this out, but it's negative 3X plus, now it says 4Y, but we're plugging 2 back in for Y. Y is 2. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then equals 2. Do you guys see what I did there? I took 2, plugged it back in. 4 times 2 is 8. And then from there, just solve, like just keep going. So what are you going to do now? Subtract 8. Negative 3x. 2 minus 8 be negative 6. Yeah. Good. Negatives cancel. X is positive 2. And then just make sure you write your answer as an ordered pair. You kind of can't get that one backwards because they were both 2. And again, you should have gotten the answer first by typing it in the calculator. I just don't want to bore you watching me type things in. But if you type it in, click on the intersection, that's what you're going to get. All right, now we're also going to do number 3. You're going to have to alter one of these. Do you want to try and eliminate X or Y? There is one that's easier. Good. Y is easier. You have to be a good noticer. Look at. Do you see how this is negative 2? That means you want this one to be positive 2. So you're going to have to multiply by a 2. And everyone's always like, where'd the 2 come from? We came up with it. That has to come from you. You have to look at it and go, oh, that's what I need to adjust by. I believe in my heart you can double things. All right. So if you distributed 2, that's going to give you what? Okay, good. 4x plus 2y, good, equals 10. The other equation you are simply going to copy. Hey, Miss Cole, looks like you just rewrote it. Sure did. Just literally rewrite what's there. Anyone can do that. You just can't be lazy. Just rewrite it. All right, and then the whole point is now what's going to happen? Like, why'd we do that? Yeah, because the 2's are going to eliminate. That's why it's called elimination. And after that, the answer kind of falls into your lap. You just add the other columns. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 10 plus 4 is 14. Divide by 7, what's x? And then you need y. So you're going to take 2, plug it back into the very first equation for x. So you're going to have to watch me point to this. If you plug 2 back in for x, 2 times 2 is 4. So you get 4 plus y equals 5. You're taking that 2 and plugging it back in. And then what? This is our last step. Yeah, well, subtract 4. And then 5 minus 4 is 1. So what would that be as an ordered pair? This one, you do need to make sure you get in the right order because they're not the same number. 2, 1. And again, you should have gotten that in the first place from your calculator. I want you to get the answer first, then go back and do the work. You guys did really well on your quiz on that. All right, these are all substitution. We're going to do number 5. Do you notice how the x is kind of alone? Do you see that? Okay, to get it fully alone, like completely by itself, you're going to subtract 2y. You want the x completely by itself. So that would give you x equals 7 minus 2y. We just isolated the x. Isolate means get by itself. Why did I do that? Well, if x equals that stuff, I can take that stuff and do what with it? plug it in for x. It's called substitution. You're substituting. So you're going to plug it in for x in the other equation. This is really the only difficult step, because after this, you guys are good at solving equations. You're very good at that, right? So you take that stuff and substitute it in. So it's going to be 2, and then instead of x, you're going to put, yeah, parentheses, 7 minus 2y. And then you kind of just have to copy the rest of it. So what would come after that? Yeah, minus 8y equals 8. Just like finish writing the line. Again, from there, if you get to that point, you're gonna be fine. Because you guys are good at this. What are you gonna do with the 2 out front? Yeah, multiply, distribute. That'll give you 14 minus 4y, good. You have to copy the rest of it. A lot of mathematics is recopying what you had before. So I just give lots of pep talks. You can do it. Anybody can recopy. You just can't be lazy, all right? Then what? Yeah, like terms. Negative 4y and negative 8y. Good. Negative 12y. So you put those together. Subtract 14. That'll give you negative 6. Good, even without a calculator. When you divide by negative 12, the negatives are going to cancel. So it's going to be positive, and it's actually going to be a fraction. What would 6 over 12 reduce to? 1/2. Good. Perfect. And then we're going to plug back into the original equation and get x. So just watch me point to this. You would have x plus, just going to write that over here, x plus. Now I'm plugging in 1/2 for y. I want to see if you guys can do this. I'm not going to take the calculator away from you, but I just want to see if you can do this. 2 times 1/2. What's half of 2? Is 1. Good. If you have 2 cookies and you're sharing with a friend, you each get 1. Equals 7. So then what's x? 6. Good. Perfect. So 6 comma 1/2. And again, you should get that first from your calculator and then just go back and do the work. All right, go ahead and flip over. Again, we're not going to do everything. I'm picking and choosing some of these because I want to have time to play a game. I'd rather us do something fun here. All right, so we'll do number 8. It says solve by graphing. Are these in y equals mx plus b form? No, so I'm gonna have to put them in Desmond. All right, so sharing my screen, I'm gonna type in the first one, x plus y equals 2. We need to find some pretty points. Hey guys, do you see some pretty points? Where can you plot a point? All right, 0, 2. And then 1, 1, 2, 0. It's going like down 1 over 1. Okay, so let's put that on the grid. We're gonna start at 0, 2. And then the slope was -1. It goes down 1 over 1. So, I mean, like, yeah, I know it's hard to plot like all the way to the edge on that one. Just do a fair few of them. The reason you need the line to be like sort of perfect is we don't know where it's going to intersect yet. And then I'm going to go back and type in the other one. So that one was 2y minus x equals 10. Let's see where that one ended up. Oh, there it is. Okay, do you see a pretty point? Something that is like pleasant? All right, 5, we got that, 0, 5. And then maybe, can you see the slope? Do you see what it's going up and over? Up 1, oh yeah, 1/2, good. Up 1 over 2, do you see that? Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. All right, so you're gonna start at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go up 1 over 2. And then just don't forget to state the answer. Like, it'd be sad if you did all that and then didn't put the answer on your paper. It should be something, comma, something. And it's this point right here. So that point is -2, 4. Good. And again, you can get it from the calculator. So let's do number 9. Bless you. Draw a system with no solution. You just did this on the vocabulary thing where you're putting them together. What will it look like if there's no solution? Yeah, they will not intersect. Parallel lines. They just look like that. What was infinite? Yeah, one line. It looks like one line because they're right on top of each other. All right, let's do number 12. Again, I'm like leaving some of them for you guys to try for next time. A test has 20 questions. That means x plus y equals 20. That was the thing that everybody was missing when we were doing the delta math. In this class in particular. Okay, so let's try to remember that. If there's a total of 20, x plus y equals 20. Coming with me on that? All right. And then we have true, false. Oops. That are worth how much? True, false are worth what? Okay, so we're gonna have 3x plus, and then multiple choice is 11. That's a lot. Miss one question, you lose 11 points. All right, equals, what's the total points? 100. Could you put that in the calculator and click on the intersection? Okay, then I'm not going to bore you with me typing it in. You can type that in, click on the intersection, it'll give you your answer. Okay. I want to get to the game. I want to do something fun. Right. If x plus 2y equals 0 and 3x plus 4y equals 4, then what does this thing equal? I need for you to just watch. Just watch, okay? And tell me if I type something wrong. Because your calculator will do this too. All right. What was the first one? X plus 2y equals 0. All right, look it. Are you watching? All I need you to do is watch. 3y plus 4y equals 4. I'm going to hit home because I lost where I'm at here. All right, intersection. That's what you want to write down on your paper. Do you see that? 4 comma negative 2. Or x equals 4, y equals negative 2. All right, we got x is 4, y equals negative 2. Did I do any work yet? No, I did button pushing. Now it's asking, what is this equal? Well, you're going to plug in what for x? What did we just find x equaled? 4. 5 times 4. If we plug in 4 for x, 5 times 4, 20, good. Plus, what is y? Negative 2. So 20 plus negative 2. Or 20 minus 2. Good, 18. I mean, I know you're allowed a calculator, but 20 minus 2, guys. All right, and then we will do on this page 17b. This is not an equation. It's called an inequality because what does it have instead? Yeah, like a greater than, less than, greater than or equal to. Okay, so I'm going to type it in. 2x minus 3y is less than. Ooh, is it going to be dotted or solid? Good, dotted. Now I need some pretty points. Do you see one that's a nice pretty point? What can we plot? Yep, 0, negative 2. 0. And then 3, 0. Good. So 0, negative 2, 3, 0. And then you can just keep going with that pattern. It's up 2 over 3. Like, just let your instincts kick in. You guys know patterns. You're going to do a dotted line. And it was shaded above. Can anyone give me one point that's part of the answer, part of the shaded part? The origin, 0, 0. How about another one? Could you give me another one? A point that's in the shaded part. 5, 4. Do the points on the line count? No, since it's dotted, they don't count. All right, cool. We'll flip over, last page. I think I want to do all of the back. All right, oh, this one's in y equals mx plus b. We can do that without a calculator. Where's it going to start? Yeah, 0, negative 4. Good. You even said the 0. Nice job. You can, of course, use the calculator. I'm just saying this one, you don't necessarily need it. So start at negative 4. Slope is kind of tricky. What's really the slope? Good. Perfect. Up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. You can count to 1. You can do it. All right. Will it be dotted or solid based on the symbol here? And it will be dotted because there's not an equal to. And then it says greater than, so where are we gonna shade? Yeah, up, above. Good, you guys are doing awesome with that. Now, the other one is not in y equals mx plus b, so I will type that in for us. It is 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to 2. All right, let's find some pretty points. Where is there a pretty point? All right, 0, 2. And then it looks like it's going down 2 over 1. Do you guys see that? Down 2 over 1. All right, so start at 2. And then you're going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And this one was solid. And then let me see where it was shaded. Solid, and it's shaded on the below side. So when you have two of them at the same time, what part is your answer? The overlap, the double shading part. So that is this section right here. This is the double overlap. And so the next question is going to give us a list of points, and we're just going to say yes or no. Are they part of the answer? All right. So what do you think about 0, 0 right here? The origin, is that part of the answer? Yes. Okay. So we want that one. How about 1, 1? No, that's like just outside. It's like, let me in, let me in. All right, 0, 2. That's on the line. Does it count or no? Yes, because it is not dotted. It is solid. So we can count that one. All right, 1, -3. Oh, that's on the other line, but that line is dotted, so we can't count that one. How about the intersection of them? Will that count? I know that's not one of them, but I'm just bringing it up. No, that will only count if they're both solid. All right, and then -1, 4. Okay, geez, that's on the line again. Does that count or not? Yeah. Yes, it does, because it's solid. All right, this one, you're going to circle the two inequalities that give you this graph. If you fool around with Desmos long enough testing these, you'll eventually be able to figure it out. But let's look at the lines. So this one, and you're going to have to watch me point to it because I don't have a better explanation than, hey, look, all right? Do you see this line right here? See how it starts at 5? Mm-hmm. That's going to be this one, the 5/3 x, or well, is it 5/3 or 3/5? I guess I'm seeing both of them now. Is it up 5 over 3 or up 3 over 5? It is up how much over how much? Yeah, it's up 5 over 3. All right, so that's the 5/3 x plus 5. And then what's the other one? The dotted one, it's starting at 3. And it looks like it goes up 3 over 5. All right, so that's going to be 3/5 x plus 3. So actually, any of them that don't say one of those is not going to be the answer. Do you see any that we can just get rid of? Like any that don't have that? Yeah, so it can't be that one. Is there any other one? Yeah, these ones with these negative slopes, get rid of those. It can't be those. All right, and then basically we're just going to match them up with the solid and dotted line, and is it shaded above or below? So let's look at the dotted one. And again, just watch me point to it. Do you see this dotted one? Do you see how it's shaded in above the dotted line? Do you see what I'm saying there? So greater than. So we want to be greater than the 3/5 x plus 3. So that's going to be this one with the greater than. And then for the solid one, again, kind of look, do you see how we're shaded below the solid line? So it'll be the less than or equal to. Again, if you mess around with your calculator long enough, you'll be able to figure that out. These last two are review questions. I'm going to change number 22 to make it a little bit easier. Can you change that -7 to a -9? So what do you need to find first? If you have 2 points, what do you have to find before you can do anything else? The slope. Okay. -9 minus 5 over what? We subtracted y's. 4. Oh, why is it plus 3? Cancels out the negative. And then you would type that in the calculator. For right now, I'm going to be your calculator. This would be negative 14 over 7. And what would that equal? Yep, negative 2 over 1, which is negative 2. Now you have to pick a point. Always pick what? Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Make my life so easy. Just take the first one. You have all the ingredients. Just put them together. It's going to be y minus what? Which number? Good. 5. We're nearly, you guys are going to crush this test. You're all listening to me and paying attention. Y minus 5 equals which one of the numbers? Negative 2, parenthesis, x. Oh, good. Plus 3. I'll leave it there. Let's just verbally do this. What would be your last 2 steps? What would you need to do? Distribute, and then how would you get the y by itself? Well, it's already subtracted. You would add 5 over. Okay, I believe you could do that. This one, I'm just going to verbally start you on it. When you have a fraction equals a fraction. Well, let me throw out the question. Does anyone remember what to do with that? Yeah, okay, good. That thing, cross multiply. So you would have 7 times that stuff equals 5 times that stuff. You would distribute and then keep on going.